sports children. It has been a week, and I am looking at a half empty glass of wine, so that means only one thing. You are here for another episode of Sports Talk with a Queer Twist, and I'm very, very happy to be here. We are 9 days, I think, out from the Super Bowl now, and lots to talk about, but child. Before we get into it, of course, my name is Kenny Ray. Yeah, I am your local and beloved truth fairy, and I got something to drop on you on your asses today. And of course, I'm here with my non-sexual, lovely local lesbian lover, Afton.
What's going on?
How you doing, girl?
Good. Another lovely Friday.
Oh, and even though the weather's kind of gross, I don't care. It's been a week.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's been a week.
Ready for the
So,
weekend.
it's here. I'm gonna drink to that. And I
Yeah,
said,
cheers. I got my little work cup with me.
you better be a worker bee. Anywho, no. So, before we get into figure out who got the nerve to be fine this week, we had a chance. We did a little field trip. We went and go see the Hawks play the Houston Rockets. They were horrible, but the game was a lot.
Those facts.
But the game was a lot of fun. What do you think, Afton?
No, I thought it was fun. It just so happened to be fucking kids' night, so kids were everywhere. But it was, we have fun.
That stupid halftime show. They could have kept that. I don't even care. Like, I don't even care that it was kids' night, but that's the best that y'all could come up with to entertain a bunch of kids.
Right. It was a bunch of dribblers like out there dribbling that weren't in sync or anything like that, and then the little dance off. I don't know.
I didn't. Yeah, I didn't catch the dance off because I lost. They lost me with the little dribbling thing. Because first of all, if you're gonna have them come out there dribbling, let's at least let them be good at it. Like,
exactly.
I don't find children endearing just for the sake that they're children. Like, they have to be either exceedingly cute, talented, or somehow connected to me. Otherwise, I don't care.
You're like, fuck them kids. Like, come on.
Hello. Otherwise, I could give two shits. Like, I don't.
Yeah. No, I really enjoyed the atmosphere, like just being at the game and stuff like that. And it was more packed than I thought it was going to be for a postponed game. But
I was too. Well, I wonder if that is because they just lumped. Well, I guess they couldn't really do that. Maybe because the game that we originally were supposed to go to was on a Saturday.
Correct.
So maybe it was just because it was the people that would normally have wanted to go on a Saturday just made plans to come like we did on Tuesday.
True. But I mean, it was a good crowd. There was a lot of Hawks fans out there. We saw the new gear. We've got some good content that we'll share with you guys this weekend. So yeah, I mean, I had a good time. I mean, it was a close game at the end, but
they did. Well, they were down most of the third and fourth quarter, and they made a bit of a comeback in the last 2 minutes. And for a hot second, it kind of looked like they may pull it off. Two things I recognize. Once again, the Hawks have put themselves in a hole where their only source of consistent scoring is Trae Young. That is not sustainable. I've been bitching about that for years now. He is little, he is frail, and he's got to do something about his hair.
I was about to go there. I was just about to go there. What did you say? He looked like Moses? Somebody say he looked like Moses. Should he be walking around with some sandals or something?
Yeah. Like, he should be serving cocktails in the desert at a resort in Dubai or something like that. Like, no, I don't know. Like the valet or something like that. I don't know. But either way, he's a defensive liability. He's a decent ball handler, but he's not elite. He's a decent shooter, but he's not elite. And he's small, so I'm just like, I don't see the appeal here. Like, you can't build a team around him. Kind of similar to Steph Curry. As great as he is, you can't build a team around him because he's little. Fast gets slower. Big don't get smaller. That's why it's just the truth. That's why the league is dominated by wing players for the most part. Well, that's starting to shift a little bit now with Nikola Jokic and whatnot. We'll talk about that in the next coming weeks as we get into basketball. But anywho, they got it in the 2 minutes, and then they let Houston hit this dagger of a 3-pointer. So at that point it was, although they still had a shot. They could have gotten one more possession, but they didn't foul with, I think it was like 25 seconds left, and I was so confused.
Yeah, we were like, "What's happening here? Why aren't you not? Y'all not losing, isn't it?" Yeah.
Yeah, everybody in the crowd were like, "Foul, foul, foul! What are you doing?" And they just didn't, and it's like they just gave up. But what else? The Hawks will Hawks, the Falcons will Falcon.
What are you gonna do?
Yeah, like maybe the Braves, like they at least hang around.
Yeah, so. They're some contenders. They get it done for the most part.
So tell me, who got the nerve to be fine this week?
All right, so the theme this week, Captain America is coming out on Valentine's Day, the new one.
Yes. I'm gonna give Marvel another shot.
Okay.
They got some shit to make up to me though, because they've been dropping the ball with these movies.
What's the last one you saw that you're like, what the heck?
The last one I saw that I didn't like?
Yeah.
Marvel's.
Oh, yeah.
It was awful. Yeah.
Did you see Venom? I
actually kind of liked Venom.
Okay.
But it was like, Venom is kind of its own detached, series. Mm-hmm. And so for me, it's kind of nichey, and I like it because I found it quirky and campy and funny and interesting. I can see how outside of that, people really dislike it if you would actually want to see like a serious superhero movie type situation. Right. But I liked it for what it was. It was campy. Yeah.
Okay. So but as far as like Marvel.
The Marvel universe. Yeah. Like, they've been doing a much better job with the TV, because I really enjoyed Agatha All. I thought that was phenomenal.
Yeah, I've heard good things about that.
Give Patti LuPone her things. I don't know why she didn't get any nominations for that role. She did a resoundingly amazing job on that show. If you haven't watched it, it's really, really good. Completely worth it.
Definitely add it to my list.
Yeah, it's good. Very good. The animation, the X-Men 97.
Oh, I've heard you talk about that one. Yeah.
I keep, especially, my sister Kenesha, being such a huge Storm fan from our childhood, the fact that she has not watched that show yet is a travesty, because they do Storm right. It is really so good. And they tie in these more modern adult themes in it. Like, they clearly, like, they have the character Morph, and they clearly, it's subtle enough that children wouldn't pick it up. Mm-hmm. But it's obvious enough that adults will, that he's a shapeshifter. He obviously has some kind of sexual relationship with Wolverine. Obviously. Ooh. It's so good. It's so good.
Okay. I'm gonna have to check it out. Good.
Yeah.
And that's on Disney Plus, right?
That's on Disney Plus too. Yeah.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Awesome. All right. So with that being said, hopefully this Captain America doesn't, disappoint.
I'll give it a shot. I got the AMC, A+ thing, whatever. So so it's nothing to me to go check it out.
Okay. With that being said, I guess the main star, Anthony Mackie. What do you think about him?
Yeah, he's gonna come up. Like, he I think he's handsome, but he doesn't really put it out there. Mm-hmm. It's like, I think that he's played a sidekick for so long. It'd be interesting to see what this does for him.
Right.
Because I've never seen him I've never seen him in the star alpha role. So
and I think he put on some weight and worked out for this particular role too, so he can fit in that suit.
Oh, hey, listen, be ready for your moment. Be ready for your moment. Listen, I've said this for years. That is a distinguishing factor between people who become exceedingly successful and those that don't, is you have to be ready for your moment. It's going to be uncomfortable. It's going to push you. You wouldn't, and it's going to be scary. But the people who are ready for it and step up to the occasion.
Yep, you got it.
So good for him.
Right?
Good for him.
So we're gonna do a throwback, and we're gonna do old and new Harrison Ford's in this movie.
Oh, really? Oh, that's right. That's right. He plays the villain.
Yeah.
Okay. I forgot about that. Okay, I'm here for it. Harrison Ford has had some very sexy roles.
Mm-hmm.
He definitely has he's getting up there now. But he's definitely get like I loved him in what was the horror movie he did with Michelle Pfeiffer?
Oh, I know what you were talking about. Lies, was it not?
What Lies Beneath? What Lies Beneath? That's it. Yeah,
that one. That one was good. I forgot about that one. That one was really good.
No, they had some scenes in that movie that kind of stirred my honey pot, but like.
And Michelle Pfeiffer too. Like, listen.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying, like the entire scene, like, yeah, because it was like, yeah, it was, yeah. I've always enjoyed his all his original Indiana Jones roles.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's what I was like when I was going younger. I was thinking about Indiana, like when he first started out and had the everything.
Yeah, the original Indiana Jones movies, I like all of them. I love them. I'm like, yeah.
All right, and then we're gonna go with Steven Tyler's daughter, Liv Tyler. She's a little bit older now too, but she's in this movie as well.
Okay, I did not know. Okay, I'm gonna have to check this out. I did not know they had all these people in it. Mm-hmm. Okay, let's see here. And I haven't seen her in a while.
Yeah, she's been ghost for a little bit, but she used to be popular, out here.
She still looks the same.
She does.
Fucking bitch. I don't mean that for real. She looks gorgeous.
Yeah, but she doesn't look her age. I'm gonna say that she's 47.
See,
what?
That gives me hope. But I ain't got Hollywood money, so I know I ain't gonna look like that at 47. I ain't too far away from it.
Yeah, because you remember her in Armageddon and all those
movies? Absolutely.
Absolutely.
Because Armageddon was kind of like her breakout role.
Exactly. Yeah. Mm-hmm. But yeah, so those three, but I feel like it's gonna be a good movie. I'm gonna go check it out.
I'll go see it.
Yeah.
I'm good and single, so I ain't like I'm gonna be doing anything with Valentine's Day. So
you and me both, boo. You and me both.
Listen, I'll go with you. Let's sneak some wine into the theater.
Okay, let's do it.
Sneak some wine in the theater. Go in there and have a good fuck all y'all Valentine's Day.
There's no poppers this time.
I can get some if you want. Listen. Don't play.
Too funny.
For some of y'all who don't remember, it didn't see that. That's a reference to the gays that decided to bring poppers in to go see Wicked, and I was like, work, bitch. Listen, I would not junk your jingle. Like
this will be definitely a different crowd, but why not?
Fair point. Especially if Valentine's Day is opening night, then it's gonna be a lot of comic book nerds and whatnot. We'll be a good company. It'll be fun.
Yeah. We'll try it out.
Yeah.
I'm here for it.
Okay. All right. Well, it's time for the Truth Fairy to speak. We got some interesting things to talk about. Of course, we'll talk about the conference championships. I'm not going to get into my full Super Bowl, thoughts and predictions and all that stuff this week because, I have to do it again next week. So, but we will talk a bit about the game. So let's start off though. They went about. Well, actually, I don't remember. Oh no, they did. Because this is when I sent out on the message, I refuse to bet against the Chiefs ever again. So let's start with the Eagles and the Commanders because that went closer to what I predicted. But what was the score that I did say for that game?
You said Eagles 21, Commanders 17.
Okay, well the score completely off.
Prediction right though.
So I mean, the Eagles won that game handily. I knew after that first drive that the Commanders were in trouble. And they should have been, because the reality of the situation is that had the Commanders like pulled this game out was some kind of miracle or whatnot, they would have had the worst roster of any team, I believe, in the history of the NFL to make it to the Super Bowl. Um, that's a testament to Josh Daniels. But at some point, the buck has to stop, and I think that it did this game. However, that being said, it was nice to see Jalen Hurts, take the cuffs off a little bit, be able to air the ball out, make some plays with his arms. That was cool. But I cackled. Did you catch any of the game?
I did not.
Okay.
Just the clips.
First play of the game. I forget how many yards, but 60-something yard touchdown. Saquon Barkley handoff wasn't touched for the first good 12 yards or something like that.
That's insane.
Well, and that's what I said when these playoffs started was, I know all this drama around the Eagles and questions about Jalen Hurts' health and the aloof, weird, mercurial nature of Nick Sirianni, but their brand of football travels well and it plays well in the playoffs because it's tough and it's gritty and they got that big offensive line. Do you know? I heard them say that this today or yesterday on Get Up. Their starting offensive line is like 1,700 pounds of man combined. Yeah, you heard me correctly.
Of man. Oh
1,700 pounds of man.
Wow.
Standing and pushing you down the field and Saquon Barkley running behind that.
What are you supposed to do with that? Oh my gosh. Jeez.
Yeah. Exactly what you see happen. Lose. That's what you said.
There's not much else you can do with that.
I do want to take a moment though to just talk about Josh Daniels, because I heard some conversations over the week, and the whole point of the truth theory mantra or whatnot is that I'm not taken by hyperbole. I'm certainly not a prisoner of the moment. But I gotta say, this hot take may not be as far of a stretch as I think it sounds. But I do think it's possible that it's fair to say that Josh Daniels is the best quarterback in the NFC after his rookie year,
Right.
which is insane.
Year one.
Year one. And he was able to carry this dumpster fire of a team that it was just 2 years ago to the playoffs, to a conference championship. That's crazy. And beat the historically dominant Detroit Lions on the way there. It's something to be said about it. It's nothing short of absolutely remarkable. Now, I fully expect there's likely to be some kind of a sophomore hangover, a law. We saw it with CJ Stroud. It's very possible for that to happen. But there's just really something special about that young man. And it's going to be very interesting to see what develops, assuming he stays healthy, in that young man's career. But if you are a Washington Commanders fan, you got to be feeling pretty good about yourself right now, because you got this guy proven at this point. You got to have him on a rookie contract for a while now. You'll likely have cap space. You can build around him. It's gonna be interesting that conference. Dallas.
Question for you.
Yeah.
No, that award show that Snoop Dogg's hosting, do they acknowledge people through the whole NFL, or is it just people that have made it to the playoffs?
No, I believe it's all of the awards for the season. So I believe that they'll do. He's gonna win Rookie Offensive Player of the Year.
That's what I was asking.
Yeah.
I was like,
That's all that. It's no question. It's not even it's just okay, and the award goes to everybody. It should be
Oh, of course.
But yeah, they'll do that. They'll do the MVP. We'll find out if Saquon or although it's going to be really embarrassing for him, but more than likely, there's a good chance that it'll be Lamar Jackson. And that's going to suck.
Poor Lamar.
Yeah, that's going to suck for him. Yeah, but what are you going to do? Like, you didn't win the game that you need to win, and you had the better team.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, it's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun. Now, AFC Championship.
Don't hurt yourself.
It's not gonna hurt me. Like I'm cool, but my name is not Josh Allen. So
that is not even close.
It's the fourth time that he's lost to Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs in that game, in the AFC Championship.
4.
Like I said last week, that's the big bad wolf.
The boogeyman.
That's the wolf. That's the boogeyman. That's the boogeyman. That is their mountain. And once again, anyways, of course, got this one completely wrong. I made the mortal mistake that, everybody, well, a lot of people made, not everybody, picking against the Chiefs. Yeah. I was wrong. For that, Chiefs, I'm sorry.
You said 27 Bills, 24 Chiefs.
I forgot what the actual score was. I'm looking up real quick. Okay. I really thought that, and it's okay. We'll get into it because I'm about to tell you some shit that's really gonna make your noodle. Oh gosh. All right, let's see here. Okay, so the ending score was Chiefs 32, the Bills 29. And what did I choose again? What did I say?
27 Bills, 24 Chiefs. So you weren't off for the Bills. It was the Chiefs that got 32.
Well, so they did exactly what. I don't know why Lamar Jackson suffers for the same thing. Remember how I sang their praises and I said all this bullshit last week about the Bills have arrived. And they're playing within their offense, and it looks more creative, and it's more diverse, and blah, 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 blah. And it's not so Josh Allen reliant. What did they do when they got to this game? They went right back to this tried and true formula that guarantees they're going to lose to the Chiefs. They went right back to it. So they come out. They win Chiefs win the toss. They defer to the second half. First series, the Bills come out. They look disjointed. Josh Allen looks tight. He looks nervous. He looks unprepared. They end up having to punt the ball back to the Chiefs. The exact opposite happens on that first drive. I was looking at this like, oh. This is going to be a problem. Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs offense came out. It was sharp. It was precise. Boom, 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 boom. Marched right down the field. Scored 7-0 on their opening drive after they just kicked off to the Bills, and they get the ball back at halftime. Automatically 60% chance that they're going to win the game. Just like that. That quick.
Like slip through your hands, literally.
That quick. They're already behind the 8 ball. And besides all of that, Josh Allen still played well enough to keep them in that game. And it was very, very close. It was like they were coming down to it. But I want to talk about what really jumps out to me is I don't know why I change it. It's because I don't get paid for this, and I'm just some butch queen that talks shit about sports, and puts it on the internet. So nobody really cares what I think. But I keep telling these people, y'all, these defensive coaches. I know it's a hard pill to swallow, but it's a common denominator. They get these situations in the second half of this game. Sean McDermott got overly conservative, and and that was a big part of the situation that we're dealing with here. And the catch-22 is because they have Josh Allen and they have a good roster, they keep winning, but he doesn't have the key, the answer, the secret sauce to take him to that next level when he runs face first into Andy Reid and Patrick Mahomes. And so we saw that through the second half. But even that being said, I got to talk about the Chiefs and their defense because I think this is going to be very interesting. I don't want to get too far into it going into the Super Bowl, but I don't know. I'm getting him mixed up. Let me make sure I'm getting this.
Line on a Friday.
Listen, blame it on the yak, blame it on the Henny. I know, but Steve Spagnuolo. God, when I tell you, this dude, so first of all, there's no defensive coordinator in the league that blitzes as much as he does. But it's the fact that he just has this way of scheming up blitz packages, especially in crucial moments, that he just gets pressure when it's needed, and it almost seems like they're not even touched. And that was the turning point and what iced this game. And that's what turned into the game coming down to this fourth down play of Josh Allen trying to make magic out of nothing because the second he snapped the ball, the second he snapped the ball, corner blitz, they didn't see coming. He went untouched, straight line to Josh Allen. Josh Allen, of course, does what Josh Allen does, finds some kind of way, get the ball off, gets the throw off, and not Josh Allen's fault. It should have been caught. Hit him in his hands. Impossible play. Of course, Josh Allen's the one that can make it happen. Of course, his tight end let him down because he didn't catch the ball, and that's how the game is. So it's heartbreaking. It was hard to watch some of the coverage of their press conference afterwards because you could tell from just a human standpoint.
Right.
These men were destroyed.
Yeah. Because it's like, I mean, you work all season to this point, you know what I mean? And just for it to just happen like that so quickly. It's just like,
and for the fourth time.
Right. Emphasize fourth.
I can't help but emphasize it. Like the fourth time. Like it's gotta hurt. It's gotta hurt because you're looking at this dude and it's like he says all the right things. This is the funny part. This is why we need more Bush Queens in the league, at least some outlets. Because there's gotta be a part of you that's like, if you're Josh Allen, you get in a press conference, you say all the right things, like, they're just a really good team. And Patrick Mahomes is like, he's just the best at what he does, blah, blah, blah. You're being gracious and humble and all this stuff. But this bitch has beaten you 4 times and stopped you from going to Super Bowl. I know there's a part of you that just wants to say, fuck him and fuck what he stands for, and I hate that bitch. And da-da-da. Like, I just want him to do it because I know it's in there. I know it's in there. Would it be in there for you? Come on, man.
Yeah, it definitely would. First of all, I wouldn't even mumble it. It would be like all over the webs. We would have a little army. I don't even know, like how like Rihanna has a navy or whatever. Like we would start.
He needs barbs. That's what he needs. He needs barbs. He needs a beehive. That's what he needs.
Yes. Exactly. And I'm sure he got support. Like not even just for him, just for like the 4 times. Like,
I can tell you from experience. Them Buffalo fans are crazy. They would do it. They would absolutely do it. They would absolutely do it. They just wait for him to give the word.
Oh, listen, it'll be like chicken wings, like blasted on their page. It'd be a bunch of wings. Like, here come the Bills fans.
Oh God. Oh, Wing Nation.
Right. Oh my god.
Oh, that would be hilarious. Oh, that needs to happen. That needs to
Watch it
happen.
catch on. Watch it catch on.
Somebody on that team's got to have the nerve to do it. Like somebody, like there's a Butch Queen in hiding somewhere in there that's willing to do it.
It's gonna come out. I mean, we only got one more week left before the Super Bowl. Somebody gonna say something.
Right.
Somebody's gonna say something. Dang, that sucks. Man.
Yeah. That was tough. It was tough. But anywho, so it sets up Super Bowl gonna be in New Orleans. God, I wish I could go, but but I love New Orleans. So it's my second city. Um, um, Next Sunday I'm making chili. It's gonna be a good one. Kendrick Lamar is doing halftime with SZA. So that's gonna be fun. It should be interesting. I haven't looked to see who's doing the national anthem. Did you? Let me see.
I mean, Coco Jones killed it, but I know she ain't gonna do the Super Bowl. So
yeah, I know. They'll just John Batista. Oh, okay. That's interesting.
He's from New Orleans. He's from New Orleans.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's okay. That's gonna be interesting. Okay. Yeah. So I'll be glad to see that. Are they doing America the Beautiful? Because you remember when Shirley Ralph did it that one year? I think she did the year that Rihanna was it Rihanna?
When Rihanna performed at the Super Bowl?
Yeah, I think Shirley Ralph did America the Beautiful.
Elementary, right? Call that one.
Okay, it looks like they're going to do some jazz artists. So it looks like
it's gonna be really,
okay, yeah, very New Orleans. Yeah, it looks like they're saying for the most excited games, many of the artists in the field to perform, including Trombone Shorty, Lauren Daigle, who's singing it. Yeah, so okay, all right, exciting. Yeah, so they're both New Orleans natives, both like yeah. So it's gonna be a good time. And I think it's gonna be a really good game. Yeah, and I'll talk more about that next week. But here we are. I'm excited about the Super Bowl, but I'm sad that football season is over.
Sad face.
Big time. Before I move on to other things, let's keep it on NFL for a little bit longer because I got some shit to say. Because I have a bone to pick.
Who was it with?
With the gasbaggery of sports talk media and whatnot, because they just have a really hard time. I don't understand why they have such a hard time with just letting things go and just accepting people for who they are in the present as what they are in this moment.
Okay.
I'll start off with Aaron Rodgers. Why are we even debating whether or not he should return to the Jets?
I saw that.
Like, let it go. Aaron Rodgers, they keep saying, oh, it looks like he wants to play. Aaron Rodgers wants to go smoke a peace pipe and sit somewhere in the jungles of Peru or something like that. And and commune with nature. That's what he wants to do. Like he wants to find some sweat lodge in the Mojave Desert and talk to a lizard. Like
take some ayahuasca and just be chilling. Like, bitch, I'm over this. Where's my shit?
Right. He wants to take a bunch of mushrooms and hike up a mountain in Colorado and get lost. That's what he wants to do.
He's earned it. Let him chill.
He's old. He is like it is what it is. Like he's never going to be this person anymore. And I don't think that he wants to, and that's fine. Let it go. Retire. Move on. There's nothing more that you can do to add on to this legacy. You're not Tom Brady.
Who particularly keeps bringing it up? Like, is it like
they all do?
Oh, okay.
They all
I didn't know somebody was just like riding him heavy.
Yeah, and I think it's like maybe it's a Tom Brady effect because like I guess people think because Tom Brady was able to leave New England in his 40s, go down to Tampa and win another Super Bowl. But Tom Brady is smart, exceedingly smart. And only reason he did that because Tampa Bay had a ready-made plug-and-play team. The only thing they were missing was a quarterback. That's all they needed. The Jets are not that team.
You're going to have to put in some work.
And I don't know of a team quite like that is ready. Maybe the Vikings, but they already have JJ McCarthy and they already have Sam Darnold. I'm trying to think. A team that is like literally ready, believes they are Super Bowl made, just missing quarterback. I can't think of any other team that comes close to that.
Yeah.
So anyways, just retire. Second person, and you know who I'm about to talk about. This one boils my blood. If I hear them say Kirk Cousins one more time as a viable option, as a starting quarterback for any team in the NFL, I'm literally going, I'm like, you all are either being paid to say this or you're stupid. What are you seeing that I'm not seeing? Mm-hmm. Shouldn't have came back this year. I don't want to hear his name again. It's been one person, Dominique Foxworth on ESPN is the only one that was like, what are y'all talking about? No. Retire. Retire. It's time. It's time.
Where's Dominique from?
You know what? I think it's from Chicago. Yeah, no, retire. It's done. You've clearly made enough money. You tricked enough teams into thinking that you were their, the next step for them, whatever, with your mediocre ass. I'm not going to get caught on him because that was even started, but.
Well, Dominique's on this stuff, and hopefully everybody else will catch on.
No, it doesn't appear. No, it's going to happen. Mark my words. It's going to happen. Somebody's going to sign Kirk Cousins next year. And whoever that team happens to be, I'm literally going to point, laugh, and ridicule for every episode of this show. Mark my words. I'm going to make it my personal point to do that. Mm-hmm. I'm saving at least 1 minute of every show to shit on Kirk Cousins and the team that picks him. Because they're dumb. Like, if you couldn't see this, then it's professional negligence, and you shouldn't be working in NFL, and I should be. Mm-hmm.
Oh man, that'll be interesting. When do you think he'll have a decision?
Oh, it's not his decision, but
will somebody decide?
There's plenty of time. The free agency period hasn't even started yet.
Okay.
So yeah, whenever that starts, I don't know the exact dates, but the free agency period hasn't started. But there'll be some team that gets. That's why I call it the Kirk Cousins trap. Desperation causes you to pay money for a mediocre quarterback. That's why it's called the Kirk Cousins trap. Some team will get desperate and they'll fall for that bullshit, and that's what it will be.
Right, and then the story will unfold itself.
Yes, and we'll get
a disaster.
We'll get the point and laugh at that dumpster fire again next year. Now, one that I'm a little less, Russell Wilson. Not quite sure what to make of him. I'm starting to realize that maybe his heyday in Seattle is because Pete Carroll created the secret sauce to let him shine in a way that was very complementary to his skill set. And I don't know if that can be recreated, but I'm starting to see that Russell Wilson maybe isn't the Hall of Fame quarterback that I thought he was. He doesn't seem to be, he's not comfortable in the pocket. He doesn't seem interested whatsoever in being productive from the pocket. And he doesn't have the athleticism that he used to be to extend plays and make plays happen from extending plays like he used to, which is kind of his bread and butter, because he's old. And so, but he's still keeps trying to do it. And I'm here to tell you, from one old bitch to another, you got to make peace with the fact that you can't do the things that you used to do.
Exactly.
You ain't far, you get it.
Yep. Right behind your asses. Damn, Russ. Okay, well.
Yeah, but there is talk about him going to the Las Vegas Raiders because Pete Carroll, who was the coach at Seattle during their Legion of Boom days for their Super Bowl wins, is there. And if Russell is okay with being a placeholder and they don't have any other options, Russell Wilson, I can kind of see more. I'm not I'm not ready to put him in Kirk Cousins trap territory quite yet.
Okay.
Because I mean, he took his team to the playoffs this year. The Pittsburgh Steelers went to the playoffs, even though they completely fell apart at the seams, like at the end of the season. But they got there, and he won some big games this year. So there would be something left in that tank. Maybe it's just Sierra. I don't know, but
you still be here in Atlanta. You're like, you go play, babe. I'm being here in Atlanta. So
yeah. I mean, I ain't mad at her. That's what I would do.
Exactly. But they were down that same path, but they just took a good halt. You know what I mean? They realized that they ain't gonna make it, or this is the wrong path to go down. Do you think he'll get traded?
Who, Russell Wilson?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I think, if I'm not mistaken, I think he's on a 1-year deal. So I just don't think he'll get extended.
Okay. Well, that works too. Same way.
So I think he'll just be out there. He'll be cheap. So, you know, I don't necessarily think that would be a bad thing for Las Vegas to pick him up as a placeholder. That's assuming that they don't get Shedeur Sanders in the draft. Now, it may be helpful still to have him there, so there's not pressure for Shedeur Sanders to start day one. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think it would be a bad thing for him to
okay.
I'm over the Cowboys.
Oh yeah, what do they do now?
More crazy, you know. They hired Marty Schottenheimer. Their fans are pissed off at him. Jerry Jones is saying ridiculously, like, talking in circles and giving word salad in interviews. And I will say the only reason why I brought it up this time is because, you know, I'm a Leo and I like to pat myself on the back when it's deserved. And today is the first time that I finally heard some of the people in the sports media say, oh, but Jerry Jones is starting to turn into Al Davis. How many times have I said that this season?
A lot.
I started saying that a number of seasons ago, and I kept saying, y'all, he is Al Davis. Like, this is what he is. He's a quirky, like, octogenarian, or at least if he's not there, he's damn near close. This is just a plaything, a play toy of his. He ain't got shit else to do, and he's gonna do what he wants to do, no matter what. And it's going to be a disaster. And as long as he's calling shots, that's just what it's going to be. So, yeah. So, I guess it's time for us to start, you know, we're going to start talking about, well, not have to. I do like the NBA. I like basketball. So, we're going to start talking about NBA and basketball, obviously more often, especially after the Super Bowl next week. But my first thing is, just now getting back into basketball, I want them to stop trying to make Bronny James a thing. Bronny James is not an NBA player. He's not. He's a 6'2" shooting guard that's not a ball handler and a mediocre shooter and a defensive liability. What am I missing here? Oh, yeah, his daddy is LeBron James. It's the only reason he's in the league, and that's fine. I'm okay with that. I really am. I do not care. But stop trying to make me think that he's a thing. That's all. Like, I think what they say, I think up until last night, I want to say he played 38 NBA minutes, hadn't scored a single point.
Only 38. I mean,
well,
that's
of
more
course,
than
only 38. Yeah, of course, only 38, but still, not a single point.
And nothing? Not even an assist?
Zero. Goose egg. Okay.
Oh, wow.
And he's not balling. He's not
Who they playing?
It don't matter.
Damn.
It's the NBA. Like, don't matter. And you're a guard. It'd be different. You're a rim protecting center. Like, even though those type of centers don't really exist anymore, but at least I could understand if that was the case. But no,
think they were chanting his name too somewhere.
They were.
That 0 score game for him? Oh,
I don't get it. They were chanting his name. This happened just the other night.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
4.
I don't know. I don't know. If I was a Lakers fan, I was like, sit his black ass down. Like, why is he here? He had his moment. It was cute. Yeah. They had their little father son, blah, blah, blah. We had it. Cool. Bye.
Moving along, yeah.
Go back to the G League, play out this year. See you later. LeBron, retire. Cool. Like, that's... Right. Yeah, I don't know. You're not fooling me. And you know who else you're not fooling? The players. Because the second that boy stepped on the floor, they went out him and wore his ass out.
Care who your daddy is, get out here and play.
Yeah. No, they wore his ass out. He's like, it was a mess. He's a defense player. Yeah, it's a mess. I did hear there was some talk of something that I find very interesting, and I actually hope that it has legs and is something that is seriously considered in the near future in the NBA. There is some discussion. If you don't know, FIBA, which is the International Federation. Well, it's not English, but International Federation of Basketball Association, something like that, whatever. So those are rules for international play, Olympics, FIBA World Cup, all that stuff, whatever. So they don't play. We play 4 quarters. 25 minutes. Either way, they play 4 quarters of 10 minutes. 4 10-minute quarters. Yeah. It's about a 2-hour format. And there's some discussion about going to that in the NBA. At least Adam Silver part of it. And I'm here for it. Because I already think that the season is way too long. Way too long. But they're never going to cut games out of the season because that would be giving up revenue. And they're obviously not going to do it. But I think that, let's just be real. For the most part, the real action doesn't come to the last part of the game anyway. Unless it's some completely ridiculous blowout. But for the most part, it all comes down to like the last 5 to 10 minutes, regardless. I don't have a problem with this. I think it would be awesome for the game. I know that they're doing it for the TV viewership. Which is fine. Like there's some grumblings about player safety and all that, but they don't give a shit about that. But that would be one of the reasons they claim. But also, if now it's because, for example, I really strongly consider dropping some money, because it's hella expensive to go see the Golden State Warriors when they come into Atlanta to play the Hawks, because I want to see Steph Curry before he retires. But 2 things, I want reassurance he's going to play, because he'll have no fury than me if I walk up in that stadium and find out he's not playing after I spent that goddamn money.
Burn the whole place down.
Listen, damn shame what he did to that damn stadium.
All because it's Steph Curry's ass didn't show up.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so it says 16 minutes on average are regular NBA games, and they're proposing 10-minute quarters. Ooh.
Yeah. So it's 20 minutes. So it's 25 minutes. It's a 25-minute quarter. Right.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's
15?
It's 16 minutes.
Okay, yeah.
NBA games this season have run 2 hours, 16 minutes on average, nearly identical. So it's about 2 hours for a game regularly.
Okay. Well, yeah. So that's what they are suggesting, or at least that's, and I think it'll be a good thing. I really do. Mm-hmm. Now it's going to be interesting because you're going to see, and it's already started. You see more progressive, forward-thinking people like Steve Kerr was like, yeah, sure. It makes sense to me for X, Y, Z reasons. We can get rid of this load management problem that we have with the players. And it would help alleviate the issue they have with too many games and all that stuff. But then you're going to have some theories like, oh, this game has history and this is that. Well, we shouldn't do everything for viewership. And I'm like, that's where you lose me. Now, granted, I am not one that bows to the altar and prostrates myself in front of capitalism. Don't get me wrong. However, I'm also a realist. And the reality of the situation is we don't watch basketball because it's or basketball doesn't exist because it's some, spiritual like monolith that like brings joy and blessings to people. Like, no, it makes money. It's a business.
Yeah.
Let's just be real. Like, you have your job because it's a business, not because you're some kind of guru. So let's just keep it real. Your job is to create a product that people will watch. Calm down.
Yeah.
Baseball struggles with this still. They're getting better, but this is why baseball struggled for a long time, and why they're on an uptick now because they finally saw hey, we can't be beholden to tradition and blah 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 and all that stuff because tradition don't pay bills, baby. So, and it doesn't keep. There was a point in time, it admittedly had a lot to do with steroids, but when baseball was like the national pastime. When I was a boy, I mean, we all loved baseball.
Mm-hmm.
I remember just how incredibly popular the Braves were. And we used to study batting stances and I could to this day, the 1995 Braves World Series winning team. I can go and show you, and you could pull up the video to check it. I can do each one of their batting stances.
That was hilarious.
You had
the baseball cards.
I wasn't a big baseball card person. But yeah, I could. I literally memorized their batting stances.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Yes. You've already. Ethel.
Oh, Ethel.
Yeah, Ethel. You need to go out again because you're being funny. Okay. Anywho, yeah. So anyway, basketball, get together. I'm here for it. And with that, we'll move on. So, you got any Afton asks for me to this week?
More of a get your opinion. So I read today, Vanderbilt's Michaela Blake sets the NCAA freshman Seagull game scoring record with 53 points.
Wow.
For a freshman. Now, I guess my question is it overall NCAA or is it just women's basketball?
Did they say? If they just said NCAA, it's probably overall.
Yeah, I think it's overall. They didn't say just women's.
Yeah, it's probably overall. Who were they playing?
They were playing Florida.
The University of Florida.
Yeah, Gainesville.
Oh wow. Okay. Oh.
Yeah.
Well then.
Yeah, she scored 53 points. It was a 98 over 86.
That's incredible.
Right. Half the game, she scored half the points. That's crazy.
Okay, well, she had a hell of a game. Then I have to look this girl up. What's her name again? Because the reason why I asked is if they were paying roast beef tech, then I'm like, okay.
Yeah, Michaela Blakes.
You have to spell Michaela. How's it spelled?
Mikayla.
Mikl.
And then last name like Blake's, like the club.
You gays that come to Atlanta know what we talk about. All right. She's a very pretty little young lady.
Right. And then freshman year, you just up here knocking out, setting records.
Right, and she looks like a child too. That's the part that's true. I was like, this baby did
Right.
Oh wow, okay. And she's a guard too. She's 5'8". Wow.
Yeah, so definitely watch out for her. Because I don't know. I mean,
most definitely.
Yeah.
Oh, while we're on the subject, I'm glad you brought it. Almost completely
I know what you're about to say.
I'm excited. Brittany Griner is coming to Atlanta. I am excited. Yes, I will be going to see her for sure.
Yes,
for sure. I'm very excited about that. Of course,
they signed somebody else too. Just right after they announced Brittany Griner, they signed somebody else to the Dream.
Okay.
They were keeping that under wraps because those season tickets sold out quick.
Yeah, because I was looking, I was like, well, damn, like. I tried. So I looked at game. I looked at first of all, when they play the Indiana Fever and the Chicago Sky. That is for Indiana Fever is for you know what I'm talking about.
Reese?
No, Reese is Chicago Sky.
Okay, so Reese is Chicago Sky. What's her other name? Caitlin?
Caitlin Clark is Indiana Fever. Both of those tickets, you're not getting it. You're not getting that arena unless you're paying like at least $600-$700. Yeah, I am not exaggerating. I was like, holy shit! Like I was thinking maybe I could sneak in. Like for no.
Like those are resale prices.
Those are resale prices. Like yeah, like and normally when they do big games like that, they'll move it to State Farm, but which they may do because they're still when they see how high the demand is, they may still do that.
They better make them coins.
Yeah, if they do that, then I will look into going. Well, I'm gonna go see them play regardless. But I would like to see Reese. Why am I trying to blank on everybody's names tonight? I know why, because I've been drinking. This drinking gonna catch ya.
Yeah, Angel Reese.
Yes, yeah. Angel Reese. Yeah. Anywho, but so yeah, that'll be fine.
Yeah. That'll be did they say how many seasons, or is it just a 1-season contract?
I haven't looked at the contract yet.
Okay.
But they did. So they I don't know if they said yet, but more than likely, I imagine that they wouldn't sign her for just 1 season.
Okay. Yeah. Atlanta was in an uproar when they announced that. Let me tell you. They saw the lesbians.
I'm about to say it's about to be lesbian central down there. I guess. Them games about to be a lesbian cocktail party, bitch.
They're gonna have after parties. What?
Yes.
He's like, after the dream come out. Come in the car.
Oh gosh. Oh, hilarious. Oh god. Anywho, so other than that, what do you look forward to this weekend?
Not much this weekend. Doing some editing for some content we got coming up. Just catching up with some family, catching up with my mom and dad, just checking in on them. And nothing too crazy, really. I mean, it's supposed to be nice this weekend, so I'll probably get outside for a little bit.
Okay, I saw that. All right, well, I'll keep that in mind then. Ooh, that'd be fine. All right. Yeah.
What about you?
Well, nothing really. I'm going to take myself out on a date on Saturday.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm gonna go to a nice dinner, and I bought tickets for a show at the Outfront Theater. So I'm just gonna go solo and just
have a day for Kenny.
Yeah. I'm gonna go get a mani pedi and then take myself to a nice dinner and then go see a show and
That'd be cute. Yeah. Don't you have something on Monday? What do you have on Monday?
Oh, that's right. Oh. Technically, it's not the weekend, but let's go ahead and get into it because Monday I am going to see. Okay, for those of y'all who don't know, I feel pretty confident in saying this, even though I don't like to paint with brushstrokes. I just haven't seen I haven't seen an example where this was wrong. Mm-hmm. Every gay man has a diva. That diva is very subjective to them, but every gay man has some diva. Some of the bigger ones, like obviously known, like the Beyoncés and the Britneys and the Mariahs, like my niece or whatever. Everybody has one. Mine is Mary J. Blige. I will fight you over Mary J. Blige. I will fight you. I don't care. Don't talk to me about the fact she can't sing. Don't talk to me about this. I don't care. She is the queen of hip hop soul, and I dare you to tell me otherwise. And so I'm going to see her in concert on Monday for the For My Fans tour, and I am so excited, so excited, and I cannot wait. I may cry. It's as much as I'm a huge fan of her. For some reason, this is the first time I've actually seen her in concert, so I don't know what emotions are going to come up.
Exactly.
But yeah, it's a good chance when she does My Life is one. Share My World. If she does that, No More Drama. Um, you gotta believe. Yeah, those definitely. There's a good chance that I may shed a tear.
Yeah, she was just in North Carolina, and I saw some video. You're gonna have a good time.
Oh,
She puts on her show.
Well, I've always known that she puts on a great
Yeah,
show. I've always thought she
yeah,
puts on a great show. So yeah, I'm excited.
yeah.
I'm excited.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Excited for you. Excited for you.
Well, my sports children, it's been another fun episode. I've missed you as always, and I just know to keep loving on yourself, loving on your community, and remembering that you've got power in abundance. Um, and just know that if you ever need to find a little moment of joy, you can always come back and listen to us. And as I say, every episode, sports is for everyone, including you.